All right, guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the mail stand. Now, I do not like having to go through this explanation of what the mail stand is in every video. The only reason I do that is for newcomers, people that might not understand the feature. And truth be told, the mail stand videos are supposed to be for channel members only anyway, for a bit of privacy and a quiet life. So don't moan about it, all right? Because if you're a channel member, you know how it works and there's no intro on those videos. But because this is public to everybody, then I've got to do the intro, all right? And it's not exactly difficult just to skip through a video a little bit, is it? Right, so welcome to the mail stand. The mail stand is a feature where I read out emails that I have received. Now, those emails could be from people that I've known from, for almost 30 years of running Cop Talk, or they could be from complete random strangers who I have no idea who they are, right? So because of that, you've got to treat every mail stand video with a huge pinch of salt, right? It's just, hey, I've received this, guys. It's up to you if you believe it or not. Sometimes I can be reading these emails and think, what a load of shite. And sometimes I could be reading them thinking, I wish I could tell them who it was from, all right? That's basically how the mail stand works. Now, 1 second, please. I need to just Google something. Because I know I'm going to come to this in a minute. There we go. Okay. That's it. Sorry. I should have done this prior, I know, but unfortunately, I'm useless. What it means is that I don't follow a script. All right, so I received this email. I received a couple of emails. And one of them, this came in on 2 days ago, 12th of March 2026, 10:13 p.m. in the UK. I was just working out the time difference. I always think it's important for you to know the time and date when emails come in, because sometimes I have to sit on them a while, like I'm busy. I always think like emotions can be high after a defeat and things. So I don't know what was happening 2 days ago. I don't know what was happening this morning, 2 hours ago. 12th of March, 10:13, all right? Now, in this email, right, it says this, and then in capital letters, is absolutely not to be leaked, all right? So I can't even read it to you. But what I can do, and I have done on the live stream last night, and will continue to do moving forward, is I can answer questions that people put to me about my opinion. What's your opinion on this? What's your opinion on that? And things like this may be coming to me forming my opinions. All right? So I can't do anything about it. It's a very substantial claim. A very huge claim. It's time specific because someone said like dates and things and whatnot. So it's normally when people are making claims, they don't usually give you a specific date on that, because then they're being held to it. Normally you see the Twitter twats say things like, "Oh, there was a meeting on Tuesday just gone." All right, they always give very like detailed information about stuff that's happened in the past, but they never tell you really what's going to happen. "Oh, there was a meeting on Tuesday at 2:00. Yeah, this is what happened. Right, this is what was discussed." But they never say there'll be a meeting next Tuesday at 2:00 and this is where it'll be, so you can turn up. Do they? Have you noticed that? Right. Anyway, just DKB, Dunk Knows Best, just keep an eye on my opinions over the coming days. Staying with the same author of the email, and I can assure you that this is not related to the previous thing of absolutely not to be leaked, right? This is completely different. Now, I need my other device for this. You're going to see me hesitate a little bit, right? Usually that's because maybe there's someone's name in it. But there's also stuff around this email that's explaining to me some other stuff, which isn't, it's nothing to do with Liverpool. Okay, so it says, now this is about Micky van der Ven. And it says, "Anyway, I told you about Micky van der Ven weeks ago. That is still being discussed at Liverpool, especially as it's thought he will be available around the £45 million mark. Spurs are aware of our interest, and my mate has been involved. However, this has gone further than LFC making it known to Spurs," whatever that means. So yeah, I guess registered, made an inquiry, registered an interest, and maybe discussing something. I would assume that's what that means. Now, this is interesting, right? Another update on Slot. He is being considered by Palace if he and us, Liverpool, go separate ways. I hesitated because it mentioned management and I didn't know if it was going to mention someone. Okay, let's try that again. Another update on Slot. He is being considered by Palace if he and us go separate ways, purely down to his management and coaching skills with players who can improve or are not the finished article. Again, it's only whispers, my mate has heard, but he feels that it is something that could have legs, right? Now, what I will say here is that the author of this email and their contact, friend, source, I hate using that word, it's been very, very, very accurate with things over a long period of time, over a period of time. And one thing that I will point out to you is, and I mentioned this on the stream last night, excuse me, said friend, source, if I was one of them, I'd be going my source, said friend that works in the football industry, I know this person is, all right, was involved in Liverpool's attempts to sign Mark Gay. And you remember I was providing updates last year, I think, from within that circle, if you like. So I don't know this for sure, as Rafa Benitez would say, for sure, squad. I don't know this for sure, but that person was quite, involved in the Palace side of things, so maybe they have got contacts or relations with Palace, which is where something's come up in conversation about, hey, because you could have had normal conversation, right? Yeah, he's struggling at Lewis. Yeah, you don't know, he might get the boot, mate. He's a bit fucking useless. Everyone's falling asleep. Well, yeah, but to be honest with you, said friend, if he became available, then, and we've got a position here, then there's something that we would certainly be interested in. Maybe not. He's not worked at Liverpool, worked out at Liverpool, but maybe. Do you know what I mean? Just little conversations like that. So it's just worth bearing in mind. I don't know. Can't verify any of this, guys. To be honest with you, and I'm going to leave it with you right there. All right. Now, if you like the mail stand feature, you should become a channel member because this is where these are going to be next week if there are any. All right. I've just been super nice today. No, I'll be honest with you. I want the mail stand to be available to everybody. All right. But what happens is there are people on YouTube that watch the mail stand that have got YouTube channels that then go and repeat these things, but add to them or throw in maybe their opinions. And then people go, oh, that was on that one. That's from Don't. Just don't think that. And it's not true, right? And they exaggerate and sensationalize. So I want to keep these kind of things a little bit more private, really. I'm not naive. It doesn't matter if you go and discuss them anywhere. But it's not helpful, to be honest with you. So that's why we made it for channel members only. But as you can see, I'm doing this one for you today. And I think there's another one as well. If you enjoyed this video or you found it slightly, interesting, or you want to support my channel, please thumbs up the channel. Please drop me a comment. I love hearing from you, especially over the weekend when I'm out and about. There's a love out of the video if you want to, support the channel that way. I always give a shout out to everybody that does that in my morning briefings. You can join the channel. There's 3 links in the video description, which are alternative ways of supporting me. And the Revolut one is my beer kitty on a Saturday. All right, so that's that. All right, guys, I'm going to leave it with you. I've got another one coming up for you in a moment.